Samurai, Japan's lightning-fast dealer of death. Who is Deadliest? It's a duel to the death to decide who is the deadliest warrior.
Alright, time for another episode of my Deadliest Warrior spoof series. Today's episode is going to be the Celt versus the Samurai. Alright, now for the backstory on both warriors. The Samurai, you could kind of consider them as the Knights of Japan. They were loyal to the Emperor, and they were kind of like the Emperor's guards in some ways during the 1400s to about the 1600s. And then in the 1700s to the 1800s, or at least the late 1800s, mid to late 1800s, they tried to overthrow the Emperor, and they led a revolt trying to overthrow the Emperor, and the new Emperor's guards, armed with guns at this point, won a lot of major battles against the Samurai, but the Samurai, they still tried to revolt until I believe the Samurai were phased out during World War I when they were finally defeated. And now for the Celt. The Celts were pretty much Irish, Scottish, kind of like in those areas. They, I guess you could also call, they also had a guild called Druids. I'm not sure what that guild was for. And their main enemy was England. The English tried to conquer more land from where they were, and they tried to invade Scotland, and William Wallace, I think you all know who William Wallace is. I'm gonna make an episode on him later. He assembled his almost every man from the corners of his empire to revolt against the English. He refused to swear to the King of England and eventually was executed. The Celts still lived on to fight against the English, but eventually the English made peace with the Scottish, the Celts. At least that's what I've read on the internet. Alright, now onto the weapons. For the Samurai, his weapon, his primary weapon would be the naginata. What's the naginata? Well, it's practically a sword blade mounted on to a spear shaft. You can chop like that as if it were an axe. You can use it as a spear. You can also throw it like it's a javelin. There are a lot of different options. There are a lot of different options on how to use this weapon. Then there's the bow. Simple enough. Take an arrow, load it up, and fire it. And that's the Samurai's long-range weapon. Then came the kanabo, or the war club. It was basically just a club with either metal balls that were used as like studs, or metal spikes, and you just beat the crap out of your enemy. And then probably the most famous weapon for the Samurai is the katana. It's just your basic sword, all its basic functions, stuff like that. Now onto the Celt. The Celt's long to mid-range weapon is the pike. It's a two-handed spear, mainly used to stab, and you can also throw it if you need it in a pinch. Then you have the broadsword. Of course, it's your basic sword, all its functions. You get the idea. I don't think I have to explain any more of what a sword does, because you all know what it does. And there's the warhammer. It's kind of like the kanabo. It's a special weapon, mainly just used to bash heads in. There's also this end right here that's used as a spike. You can use that, and it will embed itself in someone's head. Then for the close range weapon, the Celt's got a dagger. Of course, it's your basic knife, your basic dagger. You can stab, slice, cut, chop, and throw. Alright, now that I've got all the info in, let's go see who our deadliest warrior is.
Ah!